awesome. It's awesome and good. This bridge is here awesome.
And that's all for Atlanta in the second. No runs or hits. One more Philadelphia error.
Yeah, that's the same ones with pass coming in.
Now the Phillies 3 and the Braves nothing.
Yeah, just look a little different going this way. Awesome anyway.
At your Nissan dealer's year-end closing. And that's the money you'll be saving with Nissan's huge year-end factory-to-dealer incentives. That's the sound. Under the play! They got him! A nice throw from Chamberlain. Cabrera hit that ball on the nose. Chamberlain played the one-hop. He threw a one-hop to Lake at the plate. Jimmy Williams had Pendleton coming the whole way. So Pendleton is erased at the plate. Give Cabrera a single. But the Braves come up empty, leave a couple stranded. We have completed 7 at the stadium. Braves still trailing 5-4. Here it is, Atlanta. The great rodeo round in town at Southtown. 1991 rodeos in stock right now at Southtown Special Sale prices starting at $11,989. Rodeos including very anyone Braves Rewards price only $11,989. Only in the rodeo roundup happening out at Southtown Highway 85 south of Riverdale. Just off 135
Georgia.
471-1000.
Now time for us to bring some rain to South Carolina.
Yeah, that's in that bill too.
Yeah.
Losing all 3 of their weekend games in St. Louis, but the Braves have dropped 2 in a row and have been beaten here today 6-5 by the Phillies. Don has your totals coming up right after this. Here's an exciting ticket offer for Braves fans. Every Monday home game is family night for the Braves, presented by the Olive Garden restaurant. All upper level tickets are just $3 each. Tickets in advance by mail, phone, or at any Ticketmaster Southeast outlet, or Gate ticket rental at the stage. Typhoon racer, Nick Love. All right, you ready? So, Nick, you race Typhoon? Of course not, Bill, but we race in Typhoon. There you have it.
Well, what do you think of the ball game, Billy? Huh?
There's trouble everywhere we turn this morning out of the west side now. We were taking the back to 920 eastbound at 285 here. Signal did a great job of clearing it up, but no sooner did they get it cleared up. So we got a brand new one, I-20 eastbound at the Chattahoochee River, just past the Six Flags Park there. That's slowing you down before you get over the hill there. Factory Shoals Road coming in from the west side. Very slow traffic still on the downtown connector, 7585. You head northbound before Lakewood Freeway, all the way up to the stadium. Most of the wreckage is off to the side now. Just down to the Fulton County Stadium, but still working on the very slow traffic. Randy Sanders, Fort County Service Street, still working on. South side of Medical Emergency, Camp Creek Parkway at Washington Road. The southwest of Fairground lookout for an accident. Small vehicle reported in Northwood to Highway 41. A new accident now is Six Flags Road right at the eastern part of the also an accident place across the Leon near Scott Boulevard. Be aware that Kelton Road will be blocked for a while at East Cross the Leon. Kevin Hurd. Just got one of the problem out I-20 eastbound between Chapel Hill Road and Fairman Road out in the Douglasville area. Especially when it comes to business communication. Great individual parts don't necessarily make a great network. Of course, if we also had in mind with the banking, all customers are seeing these benefits from imaginative applications such as expanded markets and creation of new profit centers. We have an app for not the head.
And today's headaches call for today's aspirin, Ascriptin. The only pain reliever with the full power of aspirin plus the strength of Maalox to protect your stomach. That makes Ascriptin tough enough for today's headaches, gentle enough for today's stomachs. So if you want to get rid of pain in in your head without the stomach pain aspirin may cause. You need a Scriptin with Maalox protection.
You need a new roof.
A Scriptin is today's aspirin. Use only as directed.
Dick, what are we doing for Farmore grand opening? I want to check out their great prices. Their prices can't be that great. Let's go call them. Listen, I'll just be a moment. I'll be writing. What is it? Look at the low price on this shampoo. Yeah, you know what I paid for it? At Farmore, you can save up to 50%. This must be 50% less. Right. Is it just for the grand opening? No. See, Farmore has great prices on housewares, cosmetics, automotive supplies, all kinds of stuff every day. How do you guys do it? Please, it's something called power buying. Farmore only buys when they get a terrific deal. Yeah. Then they buy in tremendous quantities and pass the savings on to us, and that gives us buying power. Unbelievable! Look at these pantyhose. You know what Myrna pays for pantyhose? Jim, you're embarrassing me. Oh, I'm sorry.
Mold count is extremely high at 612. Relative humidity, 97%. The wind southeast at 7. Barometer 30, 20, and rising. The time is 9:08.
I want to tell you.
BG, I got to tell you first.
What?
I make it a practice to hit a nerve.
Yes, good. I like this.
Let West Mitter hit your nerve. On Atlanta's most listened to nighttime talk show. 8 to midnight on AM 750 WSB. Caution, baby has one. Just came from Bally's. For the first time ever, a brand new plan for all you health-conscious people who...
Where all did you get in Walmart, man?
Bally's Holiday introduces the
What all did you get in Walmart?
What
all did you get in Walmart?
Sugar is the same sugar your mother used. Fixing crystals.
Do I get that in this picture? It's not right here.
Alright.
North
Charlotte
Carolina's
Speedway.
native animals in their natural habitat. Feed peanuts to Mildred the bear. Just right on his mouth. Take her back. But this year, you have the pleasure of touring the new Nature Museum. You'll see stunning replicas of the flowers, mushrooms, and birds of North Carolina. You'll see the tree on which Daniel Boone carved his boast of killing a bar, and much more. Then take in an award-winning nature movie.
What's the next step now? You think we'll have to snowshoe in there, or can we get back on these vehicles? No, snowshoes.
Grandfather Mountain, a great place to visit while traveling in North Carolina.
Just what we need, another bank.
Wait a minute, it's South Trust Bank. Barclays Bank in Charlotte is now South Trust.
Really?
Well, that makes South Trust 4 times bigger already just here in North Carolina. Plus, they're backed by more than $9 billion in assets. It's not like they're small potatoes.
Yeah.
And they guarantee their service. If you get them to get less than their best, they'll pay up.
Barclays Bank in Charlotte is now South Trust. Companies. So where is this South Trust Bank?
Oh, Charlotte, Raleigh, Cary, Columbia, Charleston, Nashville, Atlanta, Columbus.
If you're headed for lunch, don't forget about Sunny's and their famous barbecue chicken luncheon special today, only $2.99 till 3 o'clock.
Still get on with
I think all these flags are amazing.
You think Atlanta Stadium was impressive? I mean, this place here for
I ain't getting you in this business, so don't worry.
That sounded like my mom driving right there.
This probably won't come back. We'll look for it.
Man, it's actually cold out. And that is really neat.
Who you want to get me to? Let's see, the big buildings at the top, we got that 4 levels up there, they all lounges, you know, like concrete type land, something in each one of those little sections, so it's about 60 people. I mean, that's in each section, many sections in each one. I mean, it's probably thousands of people going on. And you can buy tickets, but they're not that concrete. Well, you know, they only have 2 a year. I mean, 2 big races. Already paid. Probably can make it.
Oh, what is that right there, Daddy?
Huh?
What is it?
That's the official pace car.
Pace car? Not just a model, they send that as a real one.
That's a real pace car.
Alright, that's enough.
That's up on the side.
Yeah, man. Okay, you start.
Okay, now show me how to run it. And the last race is long distinctive scratch, the radio stop, absolutely. I think it did like 10 in the morning, on road, all the course 300. Known as the Herd Line, driving like that, ran a national championship, 72, 74, 85, over 3 grand career victories. First time with this past $1 million mark for Grand National City.
Curtis Turner. Now, Curtis Turner, I'm sure you all know, was a race car driver. He died 21 years ago. Britton Smith is still with us today. He just recently purchased the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Hubby Wheeler is our president, general manager. We have several different vice presidents. The track itself is 1.5 miles long. It's banked 24 degrees. It's 60 feet wide. Back side is 1,300 feet long. Front side is 1,952 feet long. We have a road course. It's 2.25 miles. Today, the track is rented out to NASTRAC. Richard Petty and Rodney Combs started it. It's a driver search. They test 15 drivers a day. They select the best 25. They take them back to Australia, put them in a driving school, and then they select one to represent us in 5 races in the Thunderdome in Australia next year. All expenses paid for the winner and his family. If you look to the right, you'll be able to see the track from here. Our next race is the All-Pro 300 and Mellow Yellow 500, October 5th and 6th. This coming weekend, we have go-kart racing here. And then in the middle of September, the 12th through the 15th, we'll have our first antique auto fair here in the fall.
Oh, really?
For the past 15 years, we've had one every April. People come from all over the United States to show their cars. We have a huge flea market, a carnival, and an auction. In April, they auctioned off all the cars that were in the movie Days of Thunder. Now, they spent 2 months here filming the movie with Tom Cruise. We're now going to go under the track. All the streets in the infield are named after retired drivers. To your right, this white building downstairs is your infield track hospital. At race time, we also have a helicopter here in case anybody should get seriously hurt and needs to be flown out. Where the wind is that's the scoring stand. NASCAR has one person sitting in there counting the laps for the drivers as they go by. The drivers have their own scorer in their pits. To the left here in the grass, that's known as the Winston Cup Corral. That's reserved camping at race time. We also have another campsite over there in the middle of the road course. That's the Fireball Roberts Grand camping site. That's first come, first served. They charge $45 per person and $25 for a pickup truck or a camper, $15 for a car, but that's for the entire weekend, from Friday through Sunday after the race. The Winston gift shop is just open race week with the souvenirs. The Winston Media Center is for the press and the photographers. It's used for meetings, luncheons, civic organizations, lots of different things. This is your Busch Grand National Garage area. This was built 3 years ago. They put the cars under there, under the roof to work on them. Now straight ahead is your Chrysler stand. The concrete seating is like it was years ago when we first built it. They added a lot of seats to it. They plan to have seats around the whole speedway one day. We got 49 VIP suites up there. They were built in 1976. They're all air conditioned. The ones that seat 50 people go for $30,000 a year. The ones that seat 64 go for $45,000 a year, and these corporations take them on a 3-year lease. They're all decorated differently. They serve food and drinks up there also. Now further on down the next section, you can see those orange seats and an enclosed part with the blue drapes. That's the veranda seating. It's for Speedway Club members only. They have a choice of sitting inside or outside. The restaurant is directly above it. It's membership only. And the next section is your Ford stand and Ford Tower. That's the oldest part of the track. To the left here is your driver's lounge. They have their lockers and showers. Out there in the grass, that's where they park the large rigs they carry in the race cars. Now this is your Winston Cup Garage area. This is the part of the track that's rented out for $1,900 a day, $900 a half a day. Insurance requires you to have an ambulance, a wrecker, and a fire truck. That's another $300. The Unical building is where they inspect all the race cars before they qualify, and they re-inspect the first 3 after the race and 2 from the middle of the field. And over there where those trucks are, that's where they gas up the cars. Now straight ahead of us, that's your General Motors stand. You can see the start-finish line. The blue Goodyear box is where the flagmen stay. Up on the roof where it says Charlotte, that's your broadcasting booth. Up on the roof, that's all where those cages are. That's where the drivers keep their spotters. They sit up there with binoculars and radios. And former winners, retired drivers. Some of those drivers haven't drove in many years. They had a great time, and Elmo Langley won the race. Now this is pit road right here. They line up the cars 2 abreast, 44 cars to the race. You'll notice to your left here is the pits. When we go down pit road, you'll notice the spaces are small like regular parking spaces. There's 44 numbers written on the ground. Each car stops at a number. They all pit on the front side here at Charlotte. And most of the time all they do is take on gas and tires, which they keep on this side of the wall. And in May, when it's so hot, they put up tents just like this one here. for a little shade. If they have any major repairs, they go back to the garage area. Now, further on down, on the other side of Victory Circle, we have another garage area. That's called the Sportsman Garage Area. It's a new division in racing. They race the old Winston Cup cars. They have several races during race week. It's just to give the driver some experience on the track. Now notice the spaces, how small they are. That's why it's always so congested. These are our condos in the first turn. They'll take you around the front of them. Our latest seats, they were built 2 years ago. That's called the Jan Tower South. All our billboards here with the advertisement, they go for $15,000 a year. That round orange 76 bulb here on the second turn and the third turn, we put a spotter in it as well as cameras to film the race. That's our old press box. It's been converted into a VIP suite. These backside seats, they range from $20 to $40. The cop grandstand, those are the unreserved seats. They go on sale the day of the race. Right here, that gate opens up. That's how the campers as well as the race cars get in the infield. Our track stays raced about 90% of the time. We also have that fast track driving school here. That's $1,800 where they teach you how to drive a race car. If you want the advanced course, $1,500 per day, and the refresher course is $900 for 2 days. This is once a month. If we have a lot of students, we have it twice a month. NASCAR drivers, they do a lot of car and tire testing. They shoot a lot of commercials out here. Several movies have been made. The last one, of course, was Days of Thunder. And in to your left here, the scoreboard, when you go over the finish line right here, it'll record the lap up on top in the first 5 positions. It automatically puts up car numbers. And over here is Victory Circle. After the race, the car and driver are brought here. Winners presented with a trophy, and this is where all the pictures are taken. I'll stop here. You can get out and go into the circle and take some pictures if you like, but you got to stay in this area.
Yeah, here's my balance. Stupid. Fine.
people will fix to take off there too, bud. A long ways from the action. I'm going to show you that Western Top Secret is something big white hill. Got his big time trouble. Yeah, I got him out.
That's it. I'd probably be better off in the car. I might want to buy something. Alright.
Well, we can just go over to the Star Wars group and just get the job of the Hutt, and we'll just call it Molly Yard. And you can use these figures to go along with your motion picture.
Oh, yeah.
Or the miniseries, see?
The Gulf War I.
The Gulf War I.
Speaking of all of this kind of stuff, the Rush video, Rush 3, the Litball Chronicles,
yes,
ought to be completed this week. It ought to be done. We're going to get it out earlier than ever this year. And I have to tell you, this thing, in other previous video releases, I have watched it once.
Walmart in Salisbury, North Carolina.
For breast tumors. New Hampshire has passed a similar resolution, but RU-486 does not have the Food and Drug Administration's approval. Opponents of legalized abortion staged more protests in Wichita, Kansas today. Last report, there had been just one arrest. More than 2,600 people have been taken into custody, some several times since mid-July. Officials at the federal prison in Talladega, Alabama are keeping a tight lid on information about the continuing hostage siege there. Since Wednesday, 121 Cuban inmates have been holding 10 people. The head of the American College of Emergency Physicians says the nation's emergency medical care system is in crisis. The group concludes the emergency rooms are so overburdened that only the most...
crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside. Light and crispy from Kentucky Fried Chicken.
And now for a limited time, Kentucky Fried Chicken's Labor Day special, 12 pieces of chicken, large servings of mashed potatoes, gravy, and coleslaw is yours for $10.99.
The Wood Brothers we're close to getting one of them, getting it all done, and hopefully we'll have something done, within maybe 2 weeks. There were rumors floating around that the Wood Brothers might opt for a young rookie driver, but they don't want to start from scratch. They are a veteran team in need of a veteran driver. Yeah, I mean, if you were going to, start with a rookie or, somebody that hadn't run Winston Cup very much, you'd kind of set yourself up for a long-term program, and right now we just want to get somebody that we can put in the car and do the job and, not really have to be concerned with it. News out of Richmond, Virginia is that their race date has been changed for 1992. Instead of running in late February, they're now set for March 6, 7, and 8.
How's this look, okay?
Brought to you by Baby Ruth, the race fans'
This
favorite
deal
race
ain't tonight,
thing.
dude.
Winston Cup Today is an exclusive presentation of the Capital Sports Network.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
Mark
tired.
Harris.
I ain't seen
Thank you, Mark.
driving no
Winston
fun.
Cup Today has been brought to us locally today by
I made reservations here. I knew I'd give that for
KFC.
This bill came
Time's
on.
now 5:25, 75 degrees.
Look like you haven't stayed
cloudy
here. What are
skies
they?
in South Baltimore. Coming up at 5:29, we have a new one called Hearing for Your Eyes. And then at 5:30, we're going to take a look at the latest in national.
I tell you, I've rested, man. I might drive a little further.
With Newswatch 91, the
Take a little
evening
break
news
out
summary
of that
with Mr.
traffic.
Jim Chandler.
Let's
And
take a
at
chance
5:50,
on just
the
making
new
our way
obituary
home
of the year,
tonight.
and
What
at
do you
6 o'clock, the ever-popular...
Move your mom. Get cut.